The bold and the beautiful. Luna's pregnancy scandal ignites war over the Spencer legacy. The quiet is over. The whispers have reached a pitch too loud to ignore. Luna Nozawa is pregnant, and the alleged father is a Spencer. That headline alone is enough to send shockwaves through the already volatile world of the bold and the beautiful. But the deeper the story goes, the uglier it becomes. Because this isn't just about love, or family, or even betrayal. This is about power, legacy, control, and what happens when the wrong person ends up carrying the next heir to one of the most powerful empires in Los Angeles. Luna's pregnancy, once hidden, now dominates every conversation behind closed doors and in every corner of Spencer publications. What should have been a personal matter, a young woman navigating an unexpected future, has instead become a corporate and emotional landmine. The moment rumors began swirling that the father of her child could be Will Spencer, the stakes changed completely. No longer is this just a pregnancy. It's a claim to the Spencer name, the Spencer wealth, and most dangerously, the Spencer throne. Bill Spencer is livid. As the patriarch of the empire he built with blood and fire, he doesn't take kindly to surprises, especially ones that threaten the image and future of his family. And in his eyes, Luna is a wildcard. A woman with no formal connection to the family, now possibly carrying the child of his son. A child who, if the rumors are true, could be next in line to inherit everything. But that's just the surface. Behind Luna stands Poppy Nozawa, her mother, her confidant, and now her alleged co-strategist. Because the buzz around town isn't just that Luna is pregnant. It's that she and Poppy knew exactly what they were doing. That this pregnancy wasn't a mistake, but a calculated move to secure a place within the Spencer dynasty. And whether or not that's true, the narrative is gaining traction fast. What's worse, Poppy isn't denying it. She's not confirming anything either. But her silence, her sudden closeness with Luna, and her refusal to answer direct questions are only feeding the fire. Insiders have noted a new alignment between mother and daughter, not based on healing or maternal protection, but strategy. The way they speak, the way they operate, the way they're slowly tightening their circle. They're moving like people with a plan. Meanwhile, Will Spencer, caught in the middle of the media storm, has gone silent. Publicly, he's said nothing. Privately, those closest to him say he's shaken. Luna was a whirlwind in his life, beautiful, complicated, mysterious. Their time together was short but intense. He didn't expect it to last. He certainly didn't expect this. Now, the possibility that he may be a father, and that the mother of his child is being labeled everything from manipulative to opportunistic, has Will spiraling. Then there's Electra Forrester. Electra was supposed to be the future Will's partner, both in life and in business. Smart, stylish, media savvy. The perfect match. But Luna's return and the scandal surrounding her pregnancy have knocked Electra sideways. Overnight, she's become the footnote in Will's story. The woman standing beside the man whose name is now plastered across every tabloid headline. Alongside a woman he may have left behind. Electra is furious. Not just at Will, but at Luna. At Poppy. At the world. She refuses to be silent. Insiders say she's already considering legal options. Not just for herself, but to ensure the Spencer brand isn't tarnished by what she calls an obvious play for power. Electra's team is drafting press releases, combing through every public appearance Luna ever made, and preparing to launch a campaign to discredit her before the narrative spins too far out of control. And yet, despite all the pressure, Luna hasn't flinched. She's remained composed, quiet, focused, but behind the calm is a storm. She knows what's at stake. She knows that every glance, every decision, every word she says from here on out will either solidify her place in the Spencer family or exile her forever. She's not just protecting herself. She's protecting her unborn child. Because whether the father turns out to be Will Spencer or not, the world is already treating that baby as royalty. And that kind of power makes people dangerous. Bill, of course, isn't waiting for the truth to land in his lap. He's already ordered the paternity test. Quietly, discreetly, he's involved top medical consultants, legal advisors, and a damage control team. If the baby is Will's, he wants answers, fast. How did this happen? When? What was Luna's endgame? And more importantly, what is she owed? Because if Luna is carrying his grandchild, Bill will not be outmaneuvered. He'll either pull her into the family, on his terms, or push her so far out she'll never recover. But what he won't do is ignore her. Not now. Not ever again. And that's where the danger lies. Because Poppy knows Bill. She knows how he thinks. And the fact that she and Luna have positioned themselves this close to the fire, without blinking, suggests that they're not just reacting. They're anticipating. They're playing a game with the richest man in town, and they're not folding. Some say it's a love story. Others say it's a trap. But everyone agrees on one thing: this is war. Spencer Publications, once the pinnacle of control and power, is now fractured. Divisions are forming within the board. Allies are shifting. Former friends are becoming enemies. The media is circling like vultures. And with the paternity test results just days away, the truth could spark a full-scale legal, corporate, and personal battle that changes the Spencer dynasty forever. And then there's the biggest twist no one is ready for: what if the baby is in Will's? Because the rumors don't stop there. Some are starting to ask whether another Spencer, someone older, someone more powerful, might have had a role in this. Could Bill himself have crossed a line? Is Luna's silence protecting more than just herself? The implications are staggering. And while nothing is confirmed, the very existence of that possibility is already poisoning every conversation, every alliance, every moment. One thing is certain: the bold and the beautiful has never seen a storyline like this before. What started as a simple pregnancy has become a battlefield. Every character has something to lose. Every decision has consequences. And no one, not Luna, not Poppy, not Will, not Bill, not Elektra, will come out of this untouched. As the walls close in and the truth approaches, the question isn't whether someone will fall. It's who will fall first, and how hard. At Spencer Tower, the skyline of Los Angeles glows in the distance. But inside the luxury walls, a storm is brewing. Deep in one of the executive lounges, away from reporters, away from family, Poppy Nozawa and Luna meet quietly. Their words are hushed. The doors are locked. But what they don't realize is that Dr. John Finnegan is already in the building. He arrived early for a meeting with Bill Spencer, one meant to discuss Luna's medical condition. And he took a wrong turn. That turn leads him right outside the door where mother and daughter are plotting what could destroy the Spencer dynasty from the inside. Finn freezes. He hears Poppy first, her voice sharper than usual, no trace of hesitation. "We're almost there," she says. Once the results come in and they show Will as the father, everything changes. No one can question Luna's place after that. Not Bill. Not Elektra. Not even Brooke. Luna is quieter, more anxious. "Are you sure Bridget's on our side?" Poppy exhales, calm and certain. "I paid her enough to be." Finn's heart pounds. He presses closer to the door, disbelieving what he's hearing. Poppy continues. "Bridget owed me. I helped her once, a long time ago. She didn't forget. She'll do exactly what we agreed, manipulate the results to say the baby is Will's. Once that's confirmed, Bill will do what he always does: he'll protect his name. He'll protect us. You'll be in. And I'll finally be more than just a phase in his life." Finn's entire world starts spinning. Everything about Luna's pregnancy, the test, the drama with Elektra, the sudden push to involve Bill, it all begins to make sense. None of it was coincidence. It was engineered. From the beginning. His cousin, manipulated. His profession, twisted. His family, targeted. He backs away from the door slowly, breath caught in his throat. He's a doctor. A man of logic. A man who believes in truth. But this isn't a medical issue. This is a full-blown con, and it's coming from the two women no one thought capable of it. He debates confronting them right then, storming in and exposing it all. But he stops himself. If what they said is true, and if Bridget really was bribed, he'll need evidence. Real evidence. Otherwise, it's just his word against theirs, and against a manipulated medical report. And the Spencers don't move on feelings. They move on proof. Instead, Finn leaves the building. Quietly. Strategizing. The next day, he pays Bridget a visit at the hospital. Calm, composed. He doesn't ask outright, not yet, but he watches her. Her eyes avoid his. Her answers are too rehearsed. He asks about chain of custody for the test. About documentation. Lab access. She gives him the data, reluctantly. But Finn's already seen what he needs. Bridget's in over her head. And she's hiding something. Later that night, Finn reviews the documents. Something isn't right. There's a gap in the time logs between when the samples were logged and when the results were finalized. An unusual technician listed on the report, someone Finn's never worked with. A signature that doesn't match hospital records. Small things, but in medicine, small things scream louder than words. Now armed with suspicion and data, Finn reaches out to a contact at an independent lab. He requests a retest, quietly, without alerting Poppy, Luna, or Bridget. He retrieves the secondary sample Bridget should have stored, and finds it untouched. He sends it off. He waits. 2 days later, the results return. The baby is not Will Spencer's. It's not even a Spencer's. Finn stares at the screen, his pulse thudding in his ears. The entire narrative is a lie. The press storm. The broken engagement. The war between Elektra and Luna. All of it, built on forged results, purchased silence, and carefully orchestrated manipulation. Now, he has a choice. If he exposes the truth, the fallout will be nuclear. Poppy will be publicly disgraced. Luna, already on thin emotional ground, will be humiliated. Bridget's career will be destroyed. The Spencer family, already splintering, could collapse under the weight of betrayal. But if he says nothing, if he lets the lie stand, then Will be locked into a future that's not his. A child will be raised under false assumptions. And Luna, no matter how scared or pressured she was, will gain a place she never earned, on the back of deceit. He can't allow that. Finn arranges a private meeting with Bill Spencer. In a room that feels like a courtroom. He lays it all out. The overheard conversation, the forged results, the independent test. He hands Bill the proof. Wordless, brutal, unforgiving. Bill says nothing for a long time. Then he picks up the phone. And everything begins to unravel. First, Bridget is summoned and confronted. She confesses, tearfully. She explains Poppy's pressure, the debt she owed, the fear of exposure. Her license is suspended. She vanishes from the hospital's roster the next day. Next, Poppy is called in. But it's not a meeting. It's a reckoning. Bill doesn't yell. He doesn't threaten. He simply states the facts, her deception, her ambition, her manipulation of his family. He makes it clear she's finished. There will be no marriage. No alliance. No protection. Whatever future she imagined has been reduced to dust. Luna is next. Finn confronts her gently, not as an enemy, but as someone who once cared. She breaks. She admits she went along with the plan, unsure how to stop it once it began. She says she wanted a future for her baby, a future she never had. Finn hears her. He believes the pain. But it doesn't excuse the lie. Elektra returns. She reclaims her place beside Will, but not before tearing into Luna in public. A press conference is held. The truth is revealed, not just to the Spencers but to the entire media. Elektra, savvy as ever, spins it into a Spencer victory. You cannot buy your way into this family. You earn it. Luna disappears from the spotlight. Her career halts. Poppy retreats in disgrace. And the Spencer family, for all its wounds, begins to heal. But Finn knows this isn't over. Because the bold and the beautiful never forgets. Lies leave echoes. And Luna's child still has a future, one far removed from the empire she almost stole. And somewhere, someone else is watching. Waiting. But it rarely wins the war.